Heckmann, how are you?
Hello, yeah, I'm good, and yeah, how are you?
We're all right. It's nice. It's not raining. The weather's very clement, and we're able, because we're well, three sides of this tent. We can not wear masks, which is a
Yeah.
relief. My face is getting.
Which is yeah, as long as we can keep our distance, it's all.
Yeah,
it's
well,
all
I've
good
got a
in here.
zoom lens. It's fine. I won't get too close.
Fantastic.
So, how have you been? I mean, it's been a very interesting time. Have you found that pandemic has aided creativity?
Oh, that's a very deep question. I think it has shifted creativity, right? So I think the pandemic led to people who are used to play live and in real time to then start more like producing and shift to collaboration over the internet, right? This kind of thing, I think, and a lot of it.
That's interesting, and we've had at the same time as this burst in creativity, we've had a burst in processing. You see what I did there? That was slick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously the M1 chip for creative
Yes,
people,
indeed,
certainly for real time, and you guys have done much of your range as M1 ready.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it was a the actual port to the M1 processor was not that difficult. We took the opportunity to then go the extra mile and add optimizations that were only available to newer Intel chips as well, and then of course we had to update the whole product range, right? So which is why we have this kind of advertisement currently, which is like, you know.
Have Apple been in touch about that?
Well, there's nothing that can copyright there. we use a different kind of rainbow effect, so it's all good, I think.
Well, because when we spoke last, we did a little piece at the first Superbooth, didn't we? We had a sort of chat about the whole kind of concept of computing and power. I mean, we're at a point now where there is been it's not quantum computing, but there's been a quantum shift. Does that make your goalposts shift? Do you think, hey, now we can do this?
Well, I surely hope so. The thing is, I mean, when you update, I think we updated 12 out of our 16 products. When you do that, you don't really do a lot of new stuff, right?
No,
so we're more like getting the hang of it, but we certainly want to do more, and we can do more, but we haven't had the time to actually do that yet. So, you know, with the release we did, when was it? A couple of weeks ago. That had 495 tasks of backlog, which are just things that we always wanted to improve on the existing stuff, right? So it was not really it was not a burst of creativity there at all.
There wasn't much feature creep. It was more just like, now we can actually fix those things. Right, okay.
Yeah. But the cool thing was that, it's not really a cool thing, but there is we couldn't do all products because we had like 3 or 4 products left, which were in a transitional phase towards a new version, right?
Right.
And we couldn't just bring them out at that time because they were like in the middle of something, and so there's creativity there in the way that we have currently, and this is what I can show today. We have a new version of More Feedback Machine coming up. Speaking of feature creep, right? Because More Feedback Machine is the delay with the 200 whatever parameters, right? So it's always.
What's another parameter? Hey, what the
yeah,
heck?
right. Why not? And why not? And it's so we have a completely new design on it, and which makes it probably a lot more accessible for everybody. And maybe I can show it here. So currently here is Hive, and that is like a drum thing, right? Something like that. Oh, and there's More Feedback Machine already on it. And somewhere here behind it, this is the new user interface. It's still a little bit work in progress, but unlike the old user interface, now it's very clearly structured with like the 4 delay lines
Yeah.
in 2 groups, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the filters, which can be inserted anywhere in the signal path, like on the delay line, on the feedback, on the output, anywhere. And then here is here's the big feedback knob and the marvelous feedback matrix, which can be set to various configurations. Like every delay can somehow go into every other, and you can even create your own matrix with like negative values and stuff, and there's crazy possibilities, and it can go really loud and stuff. And I try to keep it brief for now, because you can easily go anywhere, and that's why there's also a panic button, right?
Yeah, that one makes sense.
And then
I noticed this is running on one of the rather sexy new M1 iMacs. That's the one I was testing the ones that the UE plugins that I did a piece on.
You had a different color, right? Did you have like the
purple?
The purple, yeah. We got the blue one. Don't know what the other difference is, but
I think the purple ones just sound a little bit better, I'm told.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but maybe, and then there's what you don't really know is that also the keyboard has a touch of the color, right? And even the cables have the touch of that color then in there. In the aftermath, I would say we should have gotten the purple as well, but Nick already had it, so.
Well, I had it. It's gone.
It's gone, right?
They just lent it to me. People think that we get that free stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You don't get.
You
free
actually
stuff
said that in the video, right? Yes.
Made a point.
Yeah, so it's running on that. So this is also part of it, that we show that hey, everything is running natively on the M1. It is running actually very nicely, and the other things are the thing that we could do now with more feedback machines, we could add a couple of new features which are actually very unusual for a delay, I think. And that's something I would like to show, maybe.
Yes, please.
Yeah? So now we have, let me just quickly dial in like a typical ping pong. So input some only on 1 delay, and I make it 8th, and the second delay I make also 8th. And this is new, there's an input gain now. And you think, isn't there already enough gain staging in it? But then input gain is great, because you can create delays that, for instance, when you trigger one of the envelopes with the key, which it right now just doesn't do, of course. Then you can create delays that only run while you press a key, and
okay.
And it's like, and you can do these CD stutter effects. You got this you can do these stutter effects and everything. And but what I really wanted to show now, so I have this is now hopefully a proper ping pong. Yes, it is. I can now we have added a transient balance. So because this is a drum, right? I can take the transients out of the drum for the delay.
So it softens it, makes it a bit more like a analog.
Yeah. And so what happens then is if you have like percussive material like drums and you take the transients out, it puts them further back in space, right, in the mix. It's as if they blend further in the background.
Yeah.
And with the delay, that's particularly good, because delay creates a space and it creates depth, and that increases the depth, right? So but you can also go the other way around, which currently we're working on is maybe a bit over the top, right? Then
you have more transient.
Yeah, only the transients, That's a little bit over the top with only the transients, And I put that back in the middle. And wow, it's really bright now. The sun's coming out.
I'm moving. I'm doing a lot of manual exposure changes.
I've seen that. So now I show you. More feedback machine also always had feedback effects, right? So there's like a soft clip, and then there's a bit crusher type of thing, then there's a phaser, and the sideband filter, which is like this typical frequency shifter, right? And the frequency shifter, you know, is like the Bode shifter is like the material becomes sounds a little bit metallic, so the harmonics go out of their harmonical. How do you say it? So everything is shifted by frequency, not by pitch.
Yeah.
So we added a pitch shifter now, and that's a new thing, and that's here now is a granular pitch shifter type of thing, which does. And the grain size, that's interesting, is it's synced to the host tempo. So that when you have this granular stuff, it does this.
Interesting.
You know, when you've got the transients in the granular stuff, it usually goes out of sync. But with this, it can stay in sync, which is really cool because we can also reverse the direction of the grains, and that sounds. Wait, double click here. And,
nice.
And that stays in sync as well. And right?
Oh, nice.
And it stays in sync with the delay itself then. And that's something that's I don't know if I don't think I've ever heard that before, but I've built that in modular before. So which is actually I did not build exactly that. I built something similar in modular before, and that was my incentive to bring it also into the plugin. And there's another new feedback effect in More Feedback Machine, and that's the diffuser. And I go right into it. It creates like a reverb type effect right in the feedback. And
oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a similar thing. So many reverbs are based on delays and Alpers filter cascades. So this is the Alpers filter cascade, and the delay is your delay, your normal delay line, right? And you know that in reverbs also have this scattering effect. And it's like as if things are.
They randomize it to make it
yeah.
less repeated, so the pattern isn't recognized, right?
Yeah, but here you can work with that pattern because that pattern is based on your delay times.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have like these crazy diffuse reverbs that are where this kind of shaking things is.
I'm just laughing at this because I could just imagine the directive comes down from your massive corner office where you're saying everybody needs to focus on the stuff that we're doing, and then but Urs is doing this, he's doing anything he wants. He's the one who's with all the feature creep.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, I mean, More Feedback Machine has already this plethora of features that or you can probably only really access all of it through presets and stuff. And this is all so new. We're still working on it. It was like almost overnight programming to have it ready here to actually show something. We're still tweaking it, and there's still going to be slight changes here and there. And so we don't even have any presets yet,
right.
which is why, for instance, this great idea with this CD effect. Somebody did a preset, but of course it's not here. Right, that's why I can't show it yet. So it's all very new, and I know what your next question is. It's gonna come out. We probably need like 2 months, I think, polishing everything. But this year, definitely.
And is this going to be a new version, or is this going to be because all the M1 upgrades were like free upgrades to people who already had? Is it going to be a free or? It's
going to be free. Yeah, we stick to that. I mean, it's like if we don't make this free, we have to somehow make the old version available as well, and then there's just more overhead, and it's just for us it's better to make it free, and have nobody complain about it, and everybody gets the new version. And the new version is going to be so sexy, there's going to be way more customers for that. That's what I hope.
So, I mean, we've been waxing about the M1 chip. I mean, obviously, this is all going to work in the PC domain as well. I mean, it's not like that's forgotten.
Of course, yeah, no. I mean, this is something where we had hoped that with the release that it's obvious, because we called it the performance update, and of course, yeah, the M1 is part of it, but I mean, everything benefited. So also the Intel versions of many things were much faster, and particularly in Hive we did some extra things to make it unbelievably fast in comparison to the previous version, right? So, and yeah, no, it's of course we cannot abandon Intel. How would we do it? It's even programmed on an Intel.
Right.
You know.
That would be meta, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's somebody who checks if it still works on the M1, right? So no, that's not quite true, but yeah.
Urs, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you for coming to us.